have a present for you. He has no idea how to drive this thing. Everyone back up.
Oh my God, this is not like the Wii.
Watch out, he's not forklift certified!
MrBeast surprising fans when they least expected it. One fan thought he was just ordering food at a drive-thru, until the employee handed him $10,000 and told him to look behind him. Standing there smiling, was MrBeast. But that wasn't even the craziest surprise. Because later, a fan would spend an entire day hanging out with a random stranger before realizing it was secretly MrBeast in disguise. Another teenager would walk into a store and leave with a brand new car. And one emotional surprise became so overwhelming, even people behind the cameras started crying.
Allowing them to hear again without causing any damage.
Can you hear me talking now?
Yes.
Oh my God. Wait, he can hear me.
I'm gonna cry.
One of the craziest things about MrBeast is that fans never know when he's about to appear. And for one exhausted college student, that moment came during a miserable late-night shift at a gas station. The employee had no idea MrBeast was standing inside the store wearing a hoodie and sunglasses. At first it looked like a normal customer buying snacks. Then the customer suddenly asked, "If someone handed you $10,000 right now, what would you do?" The employee laughed awkwardly. Then the customer removed his sunglasses. The guy instantly froze. Because it was MrBeast. Before he could even react, MrBeast pulled out a briefcase full of cash and handed him $10,000 on the spot. Customers walking into the store had absolutely no idea what was happening. One guy grabbing a soda suddenly stopped after realizing the cashier was crying. But MrBeast wasn't done. "What time does your shift end?" 2 a.m. MrBeast smiled. Not anymore. He rented out the entire gas station for the night so the employee could go home early with full pay. And honestly, moments like that are why fans completely lose their minds when they see him in public. But one fan got a surprise so insane people online thought it was fake. It started when a teenager posted a TikTok joking that if MrBeast ever responded to him, he'd shave his eyebrows off. The video somehow reached MrBeast. And instead of replying online, he showed up in person. A few days later, the teenager was filming another TikTok in his driveway when a black SUV suddenly pulled up beside him. The passenger door opened, and MrBeast stepped out holding a razor. The entire group instantly lost it. One kid screamed so loudly neighbors started looking outside. Another friend dropped his phone trying to run backward out of shock. MrBeast walked over smiling. A promise is a promise. And somehow, the teenager actually went through with it. One eyebrow completely gone. His friends were crying laughing while the teenager stared at himself in disbelief. But then MrBeast handed him $10,000 for committing to the joke. And within hours, the clip exploded online. But some of MrBeast's best surprises aren't even about money. Sometimes it's the emotional moments that hit hardest. Like the time a fan tweeted that he watched MrBeast videos while recovering in the hospital. The tweet barely got attention. But MrBeast saw it. A few days later, the fan was sitting alone in his hospital room when someone knocked on the door. At first he thought it was a nurse. Then he heard a voice say, "Hey man, heard you've been watching my videos." The guy instantly froze. Because standing there holding bags of food and a PlayStation, was MrBeast. The fan immediately burst into tears. He kept covering his face trying to process what was happening. But what made the moment even more emotional was that MrBeast didn't just stop by for a quick clip. He stayed for hours. They played games together, talked, took photos, and according to hospital staff, MrBeast continued checking in on him even after filming ended. And honestly, that's why his fans are so loyal. People don't just see him as a YouTuber. They see him as someone who genuinely changes lives. And one waitress found that out in the most unbelievable way possible. It was supposed to be a normal shift. The restaurant was packed, everyone was stressed, and the waitress had no idea MrBeast was sitting in her section wearing a hat pulled low over his face. Apparently he wanted to see how employees treated people before revealing himself. And the waitress unknowingly passed the test perfectly. Even though the restaurant was slammed, she stayed kind the entire time. She even paid for a little girl's dessert at another table because the family was struggling financially. MrBeast noticed everything. So when it was finally time to pay, he asked her, "What's the biggest tip you've ever received?" The waitress laughed. "Maybe $100. MrBeast nodded, then handed her an envelope. Inside was a $50,000 check. The waitress instantly burst into tears. Employees gathered around trying to understand what happened while customers started cheering across the restaurant. But then MrBeast shocked everyone again. Because he stood up and announced he was paying for every meal in the building, the entire restaurant erupted. Phones flew into the air while customers started screaming across the room. But one of the funniest surprises happened completely by accident. A fan was live streaming himself walking through a mall talking about how badly he wanted to meet MrBeast someday. While ranting to viewers, he unknowingly walked right past him. The chat noticed first. Messages started flooding the screen telling him to turn around. Finally he stopped walking and slowly turned. Standing behind him casually holding shopping bags, was MrBeast. The streamer completely lost his mind. But instead of leaving, MrBeast turned the moment into a challenge. If the streamer could get 100 strangers in the mall to subscribe before closing time, MrBeast would buy him anything he wanted. Within minutes, the entire mall turned into chaos. The streamer sprinted around begging people to subscribe while huge crowds started following them. Store employees leaned out of entrances trying to watch what was happening. And after finally completing the challenge, he pointed toward a luxury sneaker store. MrBeast looked at the store, then casually said, "Let's just buy the whole place." The crowd instantly exploded. Fans inside the store started grabbing shoes while employees stood there completely stunned. Kids were crying. Teenagers were calling friends in disbelief. Phones flew everywhere while people rushed into the store screaming. And somehow, that still wasn't the craziest mall surprise MrBeast ever pulled off. Because another fan unknowingly spent almost an entire day with him before realizing who he was. It happened during one of MrBeast's disguise videos where he dressed like a middle-aged tourist with fake facial hair and glasses. The disguise was unbelievably convincing. One fan actually offered to help him carry heavy bags outside a shopping center. The fan had no idea he was talking to MrBeast. For the next several hours, they casually hung out together. They grabbed food, played arcade games, and talked about life. At one point, the fan even explained how much MrBeast inspired him during hard times financially. Meanwhile, MrBeast was standing right in front of him the whole time. But the reveal itself was insane. At the end of the day, the disguised MrBeast handed the fan a baseball bat and pointed toward an old car. "Whatever's inside is yours if you destroy it." The fan started smashing the car while cash began falling out from everywhere. Under seats, inside compartments, even hidden in the trunk. People nearby started gathering around filming while the fan kept pulling stacks of money out in disbelief. Then suddenly, the fake beard came off. The glasses disappeared, and the fan realized he had spent the entire day hanging out with MrBeast. The guy instantly collapsed laughing in disbelief. But then MrBeast revealed the destroyed car wasn't even the prize. The real prize was a brand new car parked behind him. And the fan immediately broke down crying. Moments like that are exactly why these videos spread so fast online. Because viewers aren't just watching for money. They're watching reactions that feel almost too emotional to be real. And one of the most powerful reactions ever happened during a surprise involving a struggling father and his daughter. The father had gone viral after posting videos trying to save enough money to buy his daughter her first laptop for school. The videos eventually reached MrBeast. A few weeks later, the father and daughter were invited to what they thought was a local charity event. Nothing seemed unusual at first. Then the host announced there was a special guest. And when MrBeast walked onto the stage, the little girl instantly covered her mouth in shock. Meanwhile, the father just stood frozen. MrBeast started asking the daughter about school and her dreams while her dad tried not to cry beside her. Then MrBeast smiled. "I think future students deserve more than just a laptop." The giant screen behind them suddenly lit up. And the father's face completely changed. Because instead of revealing a laptop, it revealed an entire house. Fully paid for. The father immediately broke down crying while the daughter hugged him on stage. The crowd started crying too. Even the event staff looked emotional watching the family realize their lives had completely changed forever. But somehow, one fan reaction got even crazier. It happened during a random airport encounter. A teenage fan spotted someone who looked suspiciously like MrBeast sitting near a boarding gate wearing a hoodie. After debating with friends for almost 10 minutes, he finally walked over nervously and asked, "Hey, are you MrBeast?" The man looked up calmly. "No." The fan instantly apologized and turned bright red from embarrassment while his friends laughed in the background. But seconds later the stranger yelled, "Wait!" The fan turned around and watched the man pull down his hood smiling. It was MrBeast. The teenager screamed so loudly nearby travelers started turning around. Airport security even started looking over wondering what was happening. But then MrBeast made things even crazier. After hearing the family couldn't afford better seats, he upgraded their entire flight to first class. The fan's mom immediately started crying. Nearby passengers started clapping after hearing what happened. But some of MrBeast's craziest surprises happen when fans least expect anything at all. Like one exhausted delivery driver who unknowingly dropped food off at a house MrBeast was filming in. The driver had a terrible day and was seconds away from quitting for the night. Then he knocked on the door. And MrBeast answered holding a camera. The driver instantly froze. MrBeast asked how much money he'd made that day. The driver admitted it was less than $70. So MrBeast handed him $10,000 on the spot. Then MrBeast asked what the biggest problem in his life was. The driver admitted his car barely worked anymore. And that's when MrBeast revealed a brand new car sitting in the driveway with a giant bow on it. The driver instantly broke down crying. But the most emotional surprise of all involved a young fan named Caleb battling cancer. His dream was simple: meeting MrBeast. When MrBeast heard about Caleb's story, he recreated one of his giant challenge sets directly inside the hospital. When Caleb entered the room and saw MrBeast waiting for him surrounded by challenge props and stacks of cash, he instantly burst into tears. Then MrBeast smiled. "Today, you get to be the contestant." For hours, Caleb got to participate in his own personalized MrBeast challenge video. Games, prizes, crazy surprises. At one point MrBeast even let him smash a car with a baseball bat. Hospital staff watched from hallways while Caleb laughed louder than anyone in the room. But the final moment hit hardest. MrBeast quietly asked Caleb one question. If you could have anything in the world, what would it be? Caleb didn't ask for money. Instead he said, "I just want my family to stop stressing." The room instantly went silent. Even people behind the cameras started tearing up. Then MrBeast turned toward Caleb's parents and said, "Your hospital bills are covered." Caleb's mom immediately collapsed crying while his dad covered his face with his hands. Nobody in the room could hold back emotions anymore. And honestly, that's why these moments go so viral. It's not just the money. It's watching someone realize, in real time, that their entire life just changed forever.